For those of you who don't know who these two juggernauts are, and I call them juggernauts because honestly they are. Um, Salute to Quentin Tarantino, who knows how to cast a black woman in a powerful role and who knows how to pick the right white woman to play a role that was meant for a black woman. Uh, you know, I always loved Vivica Fox. I did. Even her bad choices that I didn't necessarily care for, I got over because she carried her role. Um, she committed. You had your Vivica Foxes and you had your Angela Bassett's and you had your Nia Longs. But Vivica was the one who could cross over. She could cross over. She really could. She she knew how to play it for her people and she knew how to play it for the other side. I've heard some things about her. Um, but in my opinion, this Gabrielle Union pretended to be. Yeah, in my opinion. I always thought that Gabrielle Union tried to play the Vivica Fox thing. Like, I don't think I ever really heard her pay homage to Vivica. I mean, Vivica is about a decade older than her. Gabrielle is in her early 50s. Vivica is either 60 or 61. I think she was born in 1964, which makes her a seasoned elder. It also makes her like 13 years older than me. So, yeah, she's 61. Yeah. Like she's had a hell of a career. But Kill Bill, number one, that's one of my favorite movie franchises ever. Uh, there are very few sagas, um, trilogies, whatever you want to call Kill Bill, because you really can't call it a trilogy. So that's why I always love the whole Bloody Affair because it took both of the movies and it put them together. It's funny, I actually toiled around with a script idea for um, a part three to this saga. It was really interesting. Actually, it was kind of super dope. Honestly, the more I think about it, maybe someone should write it. Like, I'm watching some of the stuff that, like Donald Glover playing around with Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That was interesting. Um, there's some movies that are being remade that I don't understand. And then there are some movies that are being remade, and even movies from different regions in the world that are being retranslated and reimagined here in the US. And I don't think people really understand exactly how much I love film. I am a film noir nut. I could easily be a film critic and I would be amazing at it. Uh, Thank you, Kiki Eyes. And guys, please, you know, make sure we're sharing, make sure we're hyping and juuling and engaging. I know it's early, but and please, just because it's early doesn't mean that you forgot how to hit the like button. Hit the like button. But no, you can say what you want to say. Vivica is a mensch. Like she's a really important part of black female actresses, of the legacy. Really important, like super important, whether people want to admit it or not. And even though her part in the Kill Bill uh, epic was short, she owned every inch of that scene. Oh my God. The fight scene. Oh my goodness. Just like her. Even in that one scene, she only had that one short scene, but she was in that moment. She was. What was her name? Copperhead? And she was like, I should have been motherfucking Black Mamba. Black Mamba. I should have been Black Mamba. And I always thought that was a very, very, very cute jab that she put in there with Uma, because the truth is, the Black Mamba character, the bride, Beatrix Kiddo, her attitude, her positioning, her poise, straight black woman. But Uma did an amazing job. Oh my God, that last scene with her and may he rest in peace, uh, David Carradine. Oh goodness, Carradine. Was it David Carradine? I think that, yeah, I think it was David, because there's two of the Carradine brothers that I remember were actors. He died in the strangest of ways. I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone loves to get off, everyone loves a good gasm, but autoerotic asphyxiation, being found like that. And I have my own stories about all of that stuff, but you're getting ready for work, drinking coffee and listening. It's a great way to start your morning. Oh, fabulous. I'm glad you're here. Well, then you're going to get a hoot. You're going to get a real hoot. No, but seriously, this man, when the baby girl came in before she grabbed the box of cereal with the revolver in it, Uma Carter, though, Uma Carter with that blade, she caught her. But their dialogue, when she grabbed, what was her daughter's name? Nakia. I beseech you on behalf of my daughter. And Uma looked at her and she said, bitch, don't you talk to me about daughters. Y'all kicked me half to death and cut my baby out of me and left me there with that weirdo rapist. Like, you don't get no sympathy out of me. My God. I'm serious, man. There will never be anyone who no, Robin Williams, I do not believe he was autoerotic asphyx. I think he just decided to take his leave. I think he just decided to take his leave. Why? I don't think anyone could ever tell you. What I will tell you is that I did meet that man before. I met that man in Marin, and he was probably one of the most interesting characters who knew how to mask depression very well. I don't know how his family didn't see it, but salute to the amazing Robin Williams. It's funny, there's a few people that were associated with this film that have passed away, because I believe Michael Madsen is now amongst the dearly departed. So for those who, oh, and if people didn't know who that uh, juggernaut of a blonde was that was with Vivica before in this picture, that's the amazing Elle Driver. Now, some people would say Daryl Hannah, because that's her name, but she played the character Elle Driver. And man, you gotta love the way the two of them cut into each other, the way her and Uma went at it. Man, oh man, oh man. And once again, salute. to Uma Thurman, who carried that whole series brilliantly, and to Quentin Tarantino. And even though he chose and selected a white woman to play a black woman's role, thank you for including a sister. And even though, like I said, it was short lived, there was short camera time, she did an amazing job. There's nothing like watching the way that whole thing just ended, and then Uma Thurman just totally drove off into the sunset in the pussy wagon. It was fantastic. So, where am I going with all of this? Where am I going with all of this? Where are we going with all of this? Oh, no, we're not going there. We're not going there either. We're going. Mm, we're going here. Oh, well, that's not going to work. We're going here. This is what that amazing young woman looks like now. This is what she looks like now. And now, see, that's the thing, Myrna. I don't know why she's doing what she's doing. I can't explain it. But I think some of that is because maybe she still wants to look like this. Like, this is her at 38 years old. This is her. I mean, really phenomenal. She had the brains, she had the looks, she had the talent. And, you know, she was used to looking that way. And I don't think people really understand what it's like for a woman to go through menopause, for the girlish side of her to take its leave. And you want to know what I find funny? Everyone is giving her a hard time, but nobody's giving Kris Jenner a hard time. Like, Kris Jenner is 70 years old, and she literally spent millions of dollars just so she could look like a fresh faced girl again. Like, millions. Like, at 70 years old, you should be confident enough in yourself to rock yourself. But no. And nobody's accusing her of anything. All anybody's talking about is, oh my God, her face looks so amazing. Oh my God, she looks so great. Oh my God. So if it's okay for Kris Jenner, then why isn't it okay for Vivica Fox? Now, let's be clear. The work that Vivica is doing to herself is not on the same caliber as Kris Jenner. But then again, Vivica Fox is not a multi-billionaire, and Kris Jenner and her brood of merry witch daughters is. So they have all kinds of. Vivica's gorgeous. I remember getting a photo with her at the ESPYs. Oh, yeah, listen to me. There's, I don't think people understand how hard it is for beautiful women to age. I just don't. I don't think they understand, and I don't think they respect it. You know, this was like the end of her I am the baddest chick era. Like, this was at the end of that era. This was at the end of this time. you know? This was coming on to the last of it for her. And then one day, she woke up and her body looked like this. She looked like this. I don't agree with all the fillers. I don't agree with being 60 years old and getting that ridiculous BBL. And even though I know everyone is taking pictures of it and posting pictures of it up online, I'm not going to do that. I think it's disrespectful. I think it would be disrespectful for me as a black woman to jump on board with clowning her. I've heard people say all kinds of things about her this week, talking about what she had to say about 50 cents. And she stood in front of a group of students and she gave them her honest opinion. Don't date 50 cents. Don't date any rappers. Yes, not that long ago, she was saying he was the love of her life. And now people are going back and they're looking and everyone is clowning her and everyone is talking about her and oh, she needs to get over it. That was 20 years ago. That was this, that was that, whoop de woo, yada yada, blase blah. Um, and then Curtis Periwinkle Jackson gets to get online and say some really, really, really snide remark, and it all of a sudden it's let's clown on her, and he's so cool, and he's so this, and she's still worried about him, and he's the man, and he's the whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. Does anybody else other than me think that that's unfair? It's making me think that the adrenochrome stuff is honey, honey, honey. I look, that Chris Jenner, that's more. That's more than a surgeon. Her face looked like more than a surgeon to me. You hear me? Yo, that's more than plastic surgery. I don't care with anybody. That's the blood of child virgins or something like, dude. For real. It's more than surgery. I don't care what anyone says. And I welcome everybody into the room. Please, we need 100 more likes. I'm telling you, that's more than surgery, bro. That's more than surgery. But this is the thing. She only looks like that on her face. What does the rest of her body look like? She wore that very, very, very long gown. Can you imagine how strange it must be for Corey Gamble to be in a room with her when she gets undressed and to see a 42-year-old face and an 80-year-old ass and have to lay between 125-year-old thighs? Like, that's gotta be like death becomes her. You know what I mean? Like, that's gotta be weird. Only on her face from the neck up, she looks younger than her daughters. We don't know what she looks like from the breast down. Corey Gamble does, and God bless him. I feel so bad for him. Like, I'm sorry, there's not that amount of money in the world. That would, like an old dude, I don't care how good a shape he's in, those balls are going to hang. They're going to sag a little differently than a younger man's. You know what I mean? I don't care how tight his butt is. It's not going to be the same. Like, there's a certain part of the aging process that you just can't get around. You can't get a facelift on your ass, on your stomach, on your back, on your arms, on your thighs, on your knees, on your calves. You can't. Yeah, listen to me. They probably need vag rejuvenation. As hard as they've been working, woo, man, you already know. You already know. Her vag quit after giving birth to two children. She had to hire help to push those last ones out. What, Psalm and Saint, or was it Saint and Psalm? Those last two. She couldn't even have them. Her whole coochie quit. Seriously. Probably something to do with Ray J, but allegedly. But I'm dead ass serious. I'm dead ass serious. People forget about this. And back then, she's about 38. This was right before she turned 40. And this was over 20 years ago. This is how great she looked at almost 40. She looked amazing. Kill Bill came after this. Kill Bill came like 4 or 5 years after this. So she was well into she was into her 40s during Kill Bill. And let me remind you, this is what it was given. This is what it was given. And then she woke up and she looked like this.